Okay, go find a squash or something else. Isn't it bothering me? Oh, look at the drone. Pictures of the drone. Oh, there's Miss Emily.
Every Friday we have a little farm. Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, good.
Good morning, everyone. I want to start by thanking our students, staff, administration, Superintendent Lasson, Councilwoman Ung, for joining us here at our 9/11 Memorial Farm. We're using the word farm now because we are a working farm, as we honor those lives that were lost on September 11th, 2001. I'm going to begin by asking Ion Khan and 𝓡𝓮𝓶𝓮𝓵𝓷𝓬𝓮𝓼 to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you're watching in your classroom or you're sitting down, we're going to ask you to stand now. So Braden and Ion, please join me.
America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all.
Please remain standing. Now joining us will be Caleb King on the piano performing the national anthem.
Wait, my seat.
No, I don't know. Will you join us up here for a few words? Thank you. Good morning, friends. I wrote this down because otherwise I talk too fast. Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm Bonnie 𝓡𝓮𝓶𝓮𝓵𝓷𝓬𝓮𝓼, also known as Braden's mom. It's an honor to be here at this memorial representing the Parent Teacher Association. All these years later, September 11th attacks are still haunting. I was not a parent at the time, but I can imagine if my childhood children were here, how my immediate response would likely have been to race to them. As New Yorkers, we lost so many people that day and following. To have a guardian such as this here at my son's home is truly comforting and appreciated. Miss O'Donnell's class spends a lot of time caretaking, and the lessons learned here are invaluable. It's not just about gardening. I also would like to point out that earlier this year, City Council Rep. Sandra Ung dedicated a street co-naming just across the way for a wonderful advocate for our community, the late Christine Hayter, who was a friend of my family's and a dear person to Braden's grandpa Frank. So to have Miss Hayter's sign look over this memorial garden makes it all the more special to my family. The PTA is so proud to be able to contribute through the generosity of our members, the 2 new benches for this garden. I kind of joked that I thought the previous ones were installed by Robin Sue Ward herself. It was an honor. We honor her legacy as principal, but it was time for an upgrade. Thank you to all who have made this annual ceremony possible. It gives me pause to think that none of the students enrolled in Key 177 now, including seniors like my son and like Jojo, were even a twinkle in their mother's eyes when the country was attacked that fateful day. Thank you for continuing to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice 24 years ago while helping parents whose children might not fully or at all understand what happened on 9/11 by providing the P170 students a place of peace and growth to visit and to care for. God bless America.
Thank you, Mrs. Killadides, and thank you to the PTA. I'd like to invite Ms. Josephine Galbo and Joseph Tola up.
To welcome Mr. Duffy. It is my pleasure to welcome Mr. Duffy to the 177 Kew Urban Farm and Garden.
Thank you, Joe, for that. You have to say it twice. So it's really meaningful. Thank you, Ms. O'Donnell, for having this vision the last couple of years, for dedicating this garden. We really do appreciate it. The whole school community appreciate it. Thank you for being the master of ceremonies, as always. Can we give a round of applause for Ms. O'Donnell? Thank you to your team as well. I know you work hard in this farm, right? It's no longer a garden. You can see all the vegetables, and it seems like every other day you have tomatoes and potatoes and any tomatoes, right, that you could think of. So thank you to the team here. I know your jobs are not just instructional. You get your hands dirty every day. And thank you for that, and especially the girls over there, the chickens there. So thank you to them. I also wanted, before I start my speech, thank you to our events team. I was out here around 4 o'clock yesterday, and they were setting up. So thank you, ladies, Sandy, Gina, Miss Alicia out here. So thank you to the team as well for setting this up. Miss Norlis for the balloons, and our tech team, Mr. Haggerty, Miss Gerardo, Mr. Vatos, Mr. Chiarello. Thank you guys for setting up. Good morning, 177 students, staff, families, Superintendent Louisant, Councilmember Ung, her team, PTA, and all guests here. Thank you for joining us today as we gather in this garden to honor and remember. On September 11, 2001, our nation experienced a tragedy that shook us to our core. We lost thousands of innocent lives, mothers, fathers, children, friends, and neighbors. Among them were countless first responders, firefighters, police officers, EMT, who ran towards danger, sacrificing their own safety to save others. Their courage and selflessness will never be forgotten. 24 years have passed. The effects of that day remain with us. Families continue to carry grief. Survivors and first responders still endure lasting health challenges. And as a community here at 177, we continue to hold their memories close, teaching our students not only about what happened, but about resilience, compassion, and unity together. This garden and farm and these benches are more than a quiet space on our campus. They are a living memorial. They remind us of the lives we lost, the bravery a lot of us in the crowd witnessed, and the responsibility we carry to remember. When we sit here, we reflect, we honor, we promise never to forget. As a school community, we stand together in remembrance and in hope. Let us continue to support one another, to live with kindness, and to make sure that the future generations know the stories of sacrifice, I planned that, resilience, and the love that emerged from that day. May this ceremony and this space always remind us we are stronger when we stand together, and we will always remember. Thank you, everybody. Turn it back over to the wonderful MC here.
Visiting us today and sharing in this important event is Superintendent 𝓡𝓮𝓶𝓮𝓵𝓬𝓮𝓼. And I think it is really wonderful that he is here with us, and we'd love to hear his thoughts on this.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me here this morning. Thank you, Principal Duffy, and every single one of you here. Today is a unique day, a special day, a day that we will never forget, because it has changed all of our lives. We will never be the same, and we have never been the same since September 11. We have lost so many people that day, so many innocent lives, and we are here this morning to remember, to honor, and to celebrate their lives and the legacy they left behind. I was telling Principal Duffy a few minutes ago, that I remember on September 11, 24 years ago, I was a principal in Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn. And when the first plane hit, I could not contain my high school students. They went outside to see what was happening because it was already on the news. And as I stood there in the street trying to get them back into the school building, I saw with my own two eyes the second plane hit the Twin Towers. It was really a moment that you can't forget. Something that is unbelievable. And we know from that point on that we needed to continue to be a strong country. We needed to unite, and we needed to be together. And in the wake of this attack, America has shown not only resilience, but strength and unity. I know by dedicating this garden this morning, we will go back to this moment, to those values, to those beliefs, and we, the best of us, will continue to emerge. We heard about violence continuing to plague our country, and we need to denounce every single act of violence against anyone. And so we hope that not only on September 11, but we will continue to remember those people who lost their life working there, those people who lost their life supporting the people that were working there, our first responders, and all the other people that have been affected because of September 11th. And so, as we gather here today, let's elevate their memories, let's celebrate their life, and let us really commit to never, never, never forget. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those amazing words. Another guest who's joining us for the first time this year at our 9/11 dedication is Councilwoman 𝓡𝓮𝓶𝓮𝓵. And we are so excited and glad, and we're hoping that you wanted to share with some words of wisdom at this event. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, and thank you, Principal Duffy and the entire 177Q community for bringing us together this morning. These benches are just not a place to sit, but a space for reflection of the lives we lost, the courage of our first responders, and the strength of our survivors. September 11th was a day of unimaginable tragedy, but also a day that showed us the extraordinary bravery and compassion that New Yorkers are capable of. The days and years that followed, our city came together in ways to reflect the very best of us. This includes kindness, courage, and unity. Fittingly, these are the same values that I see on display in students, teachers, and staff every time I visit 177. As we dedicate these benches, let's recommit ourselves to those values that carried us in the aftermath of September 11th. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kung. Now it is time for Isaiah Ruiz and Miss Annie to join me here. That's hello.
Now a moment of silence for those lives lost and those suffering today.
Let's all just take 1 minute of silence and reflection for those that we have lost. Thank you very much. Now I'd like to invite Class Y25 and our distinguished guests, visitors, Mr. Duffy and admin, to join us up here as we unveil our new benches and read what the engravings say. Okay, we're going to start with our red bench. All right, guys, we're going to pull it up. Ready? Come on. 1, 2, 3. So, this bench reads, you do what you have been called to do. You show up. You put one foot in front of the other. You go out to do the job, which is a mystery and a surprise. You have no idea what you are being called to do. You know that you are needed. And that is from Father Michael Judge, who died on September 11th, 2001. Ready? 1, 2, 3, pull. Thank you, Isaiah. And the second bench reads, "For all the souls lost on September 11th, 2001, may the road rise to meet you, the rains fall soft upon your fields, may the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon fields until we meet again." Oh, yes, okay. Will we place the flowers on the benches? Thank you so much. Okay. Everyone can have a seat, and we're gonna one more. I'll give everybody a chance. I'd like to thank all the students and staff that made this morning possible. I'd like to thank the students and staff that built this garden. What an honor, what a way to honor the lives of those lives that were lost on September 11th, 2001, but right here on our farm. This place welcomes you in. It brings new life and celebrates change. I believe that somewhere those souls are looking down on 177Q and smiling. I'm sorry. This week, I got to speak to someone who was present at the World Trade Center in 2001 and spent months down there after. I asked specifically about the meaning of the word hero. They said police officers, firefighters, EMTs were all heroes, but so were ordinary people. Moms, dads, cab drivers, cashiers, nurses, doctors. And I thought to myself, why can't we as Panthers be heroes too? Hold the door for someone. Invite a new student to hang out on the playground. Help a teacher when they are carrying everything and anything. Help your mom and dad take out the trash. Or just tell someone you care about them. It may change their day. It might change their entire life. Being a hero is about being kind. And I like to believe that on September 11th, 2001, everyone was a hero. And you can do the same. When you visit this space and sit on these benches, think of all those wonderful souls that we lost, their families. Think of the heroes that have gotten sick since then. As I shared with you last year, to my people, before, on, and after, always. You did all you could. Rest easy. Thank you. We're now going to give everyone seeds of hope, and we're going to walk around the corner, and we're going to plant new flowers for our friends and families of the victims of September 11th. So if you'll join me over this way.